Welcome in everyone to our esports Overwatch Clash Season 11, week number 5. We have a second to last game of the week with the Adams taking on the Arrakis Armadillos. My name is Nave, joined alongside Mistletoe for the cast tonight. Mistletoe, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. We have our
I'm
first
looking forward
map
to-
selected. Sorry. Go.
Oh yeah.
We have our first map selected with Antarctic Peninsula by the Armadillos. The Adams go ahead and ban out the Mauga. Armadillos going to ban the Mizuki in response.
Yeah. I know the Adam Mizuki has been a danger in the past.
Yeah, especially
also
into
the
this
Frost-
this Doomfist, right? We'd expect from Marmello.
Yeah. I will say they did ban the Maga. The Maga ban was used already, so Frost Maga will be in play rest of the series after this.
It kind of makes this team so hard, right? The Armadillos, because like you can ban Mauga, but then Marmello just comes in and plays Doomfist, right? Or if you do the other way around, you ban Doom, and then Frost comes in and plays Mauga. So they can kind of avoid the tank bans in a way. Like they don't have to put in their tank player on a worse hero. Their tank player is always in on like their best hero.
Yeah, definitely. It is a lot harder. I mean, even then, without their tanks, they have so much star power in the DPS line and the support line as well. It's just very strong. I mean, same thing can be said about the Adams, though, I think, right? Adams are really good. Both Adams are really good.
Yeah, of course, the Adam backline, which we are going to see here on map number 1. So far, the lineups are Fuzzy on tank, Anarchy, Nightfire, DPS, the Adam backline. Always a joy to cast the Adams games is because you have to deal with this Adam thing, and it's just really annoying. And you just have to deal with it.
Yeah. Which Adam? The one on support.
They're both
Oh.
on support.
Which Adam?
I don't know. I'm confused. The captain. That's what I kind of get around it with. Is one of them's a captain, so that helps.
Captain and Adam.
The captain, the skipper. We are gonna go ahead get into map number 1 here, starting on Antarctic Peninsula, of course.
Yeah. Well, look at what comps are played. I know we will most likely have a Marmalade Doomfist.
No surprise there. Blazer, Nale. We are going to see the Kaneko Quiet Leaf backline here. I believe their other comp, when Frost isn't in on tank, they move Nali over to support, I think, and then bring Marmello to play DPS. But when they run Marmello tank, they can run this Kaneko Quiet Leaf backline, which is like quietly one of the strongest in the league. I feel like both of these players are. I'm pretty sure they're both masters, and so it feels like they just get a lot of value.
Definitely. We also have an Arisa on the side of the Adamant, something that will mess up the Marmello Doomfist if played correctly.
Yeah, it feels like it's definitely for that Doomfist. Really trying to play an anti-Doomfist comp here, Brig, as well for the Captain Adam. Anarchy, on the cast. Once again, just very anti-Doomfist here. Trying to do as much as possible to really shut down Marmello. But, it's working good there. Anarchy able to get the first pick onto Nolly. Help with that flashbang. Nightfire keeping in the block, stay alive. And so Adam's up 1. Cap getting threatened, though, by the Armadillos. They have to be careful, the Adams, not to give this one away. They do get on it just in case, but Fuzzy on tank is quite low here. A lot of trouble, gonna go down. And so despite the first pick, it seems like the Armadillos gonna win this fight out eventually here. Punch in from Marmello just to kind of clean up these kills. Anarchy and Adam are still alive, but I think they're just gonna end up being late staggers.
I believe Nightfire had played Brigitte in the past, but maybe the idea is the full team counter that Doom when you give the May perk. I guess. It's weird.
I think this comp more is just leaning into the Anarchy on Cass here. I think that's just what they want to run and try to play around it as much as possible. Armello using the block doesn't actually get the power punch there. Good job by the Atoms to just deny that. And Fuzzy gets first pick onto Laser. That's the one you want. Marmello forced into the ult just to stay alive. Comes back down, doesn't find anything. Still in the back is the Doomfist. But the cap is flipped there, and Fuzzy has found a second. And so the longer this fight goes, the worse. It's a 3K for the Orisa here on point. They do get the flip back, 50%, and they didn't need to use any ults too, which is really good for the Atoms.
Yeah. The thing about this cast here is this kind of a Swiss Army knife for the Tracer and the Doomfist. And Laser on the cast if they can diff. And Lucio actually, this cast can shut down most of the Armadillos.
Sure. Oh, another spear from Fuzzy. This guy's, you know, first 2 fights in a row now, he's gotten a spear kill for the first pick onto Quiet Leaf there. They do get traded onto Anarchy. Now the Kitsune rush from Kaneko. So the Armadillo is not quite done with this fight. Don't need their Lucio. Don't really need that beat. Counter Kitsune out. And Laser now going with the high noon. Doesn't find anything, and it's a big pull in from Fuzzy, catching onto 2. Quiet Leaf was just able to get around the corner to avoid the damage, but still really low. Marmello, second Doomfist ult just to stay alive, and Kaneko's found the headshot too. Followed up by Marmello after he comes down from the Doomfist ultimate. The kills come flying through here for the Armadillos. They are going to get the flip back. It cost them a few ults to do so, but the Atoms spent big as well.
Yeah, the ult cycling on this team, on that side of the Armadillos, will be really fast though. A Doomfist, Lucio, and Cat. I mean, a Cast too, I guess, and Tracer will really fast ults compared to like the Kitsune rush. So you have to be very careful of that.
Laser's just playing this off angle. It's done so much damage to Fuzzy. The punch in, but Marmello maybe has gone too far with this one. Good collapse there by the Adamant Atoms, just making sure the Doomfist gets punished for that. And Nolly gets taken down by the Kiriko on the other side as well. That one pick on the Doomfist is all they needed. They're going to get the flip here. Cost of nothing. Really, really well done there.
Definitely. 2 DPLs available on the side of the Adamant Atoms as well. A Blizzard on point can realistically win them a team fight if played correctly.
Pause coming out here by the Armadillos.
Was...
Not exactly sure what happened there.
Quietly was AFK in spawn.
Oh, that's not
spawn. Good. I think they lagged.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Hopefully they get back.
Yeah, I don't think it was a lag out. I think it's a ping spike, but...
Okay, so hopefully then they can get back here soon. I don't have to drag this out.
Yeah, while we are waiting to look at the ult charges, it's pretty even. More side of the... It's even-ish. Besides the support, actually. Never mind.
Yeah. Bliss beat could make the difference, but... I mean, Blizz is a powerful ultimate, right? The beat doesn't really save you from being frozen. So, if Nightfire can get a good freeze here with this Blizzard, it could just be the fight for them. It is coming down to pretty much last fight here. If the Armadillos win, the Atoms may be able to get a touch, but they'll have to swap their whole comp just to like really fast heroes.
Yeah. One of the weaknesses of that fast comp is you will die really fast because you're not going to be familiar on the fast hero.
Yeah.
Unless you're Marmello.
Right. But Marmello is Marmello. And unfortunately he doesn't play for the Atoms. So
True. We're back in, it looks like.
Yep, we are starting back up here. Seems like Quiet Leap was able to get their thing resolved there. So now coming in, last fight here, most likely. Beat in hand for the Armadillos. Could be the winner. They're going to try to go second. They're going to go in quick with it. Beat engage from Quiet Leaf. Fuzzy, half already. It's a nice wall from Nightfire, just splitting off the rest of the Armadillos, making sure they survive this engage. Now the beat has dissipated. Blizz on point. The flip comes through. 99%. Overtime started. Nolly in a little bit of trouble, and Aniki gets the first pick there with the help of the flashbang, and no one else from the Armadillo is able to touch the Adamant. Adam's going to win away map. The first point here.
Yeah, very promising first point. Was very actually very close. And very close point. Shows a promising future for this match.
Yeah.
While we are on break, while we are waiting, I will say congratulations to Mardox for winning the Extinction Tournament this evening. That was really cool, I guess.
Well done, the Mardox. We move over to Anomaly now. Adams did a really good job of adjusting to the Doomfist. It felt like later half of that round, they were doing a very good job of punishing Marmello. But Marmello, he's got the power punch already here. Looks for the back line, doesn't find a punch, is really low. The Doomfist trying to stay alive. Suzu forced out there by Kaneko. Marmello is going to survive for now. The cap's starting to be threatened here by the Atoms. There's not going to be any contest, so they will just get it away. Punch in. Only catches onto the Orisa, though. And the wall from Nightfire trying to just engage now. Adams hunting down Marmello. Back on point again. Suzu there does make the spear go straight through the Doom, but still not enough to keep him alive. They do trade out Nightfire, but I think the Atoms are going to be happy with that one. Fuzzy walking forward. Nowhere for Kaneko to go, but into the hands of another spear from Fuzzy. Nolly getting hunted in the back line here. Stagger could be brutal, but Fuzzy still in the back looking for more kills. Really low, does need some healing from the supports, but the Adamant backline is there. And Marmello in a lot of trouble again. He just came back from spawn, and he's just dying more and more now. Nolly's still behind. These staggers are absolutely brutal. Flashbang is there right out of the recall from Aniki, and that was like one fight. The Atom's already up to 50% now. A lot of ults in hand to work with, too.
Yeah, the stagger is definitely a painful one. Enough to train the fights together, but the shot is used from laser. Gonna build another one. The shot is at the point.
What's coming online here? Overclock is the first here for the Armadillos. Marmello doesn't need an ult though, just goes in, finds Aniki. Now another punch onto Adam. The Kitsune Rush comes out, but it's a little too late to save her life. Marmello forced into the Meteor Strike just to stay alive. Pulse Spawn from Nolly goes a little bit wide. She does get traded there, so Adam's only down one, but with another pick from Laser, it looks like the Armadillos are going to win this one out. Cost them 2 ults, but those are kind of the cheaper ones. They still have their 3 most powerful ultimates in the back.
Yeah. The Pulse Bomb and Doomfist are definitely ults, but they're very fast. Meanwhile, inside of the Adamant Adams, we still have a High Noon, and we have 4 ults. They have 4 ults available. An ult advantage, and I think the combo between any 2 of these could be very strong.
Absolutely. Laser sitting on the high ground, overclock in hand. But Marmello, another punch in, finds the captain. Aniki does trade one back though, so the Atoms, despite being down their break, are up 1. And Marmello, he doesn't have the ult this time, so he could be in a lot of trouble. Pull back, it's a nice from Fuzzy, but Laser hits a nice shot onto Nightfire. Aniki though, following that up High noon of their own, and Fuzzy just walks forward. Adam's threatening to win this one out here. Nolly, seemingly the last one alive. Quiet Leaf still here, has the beaten hand, is going to need to press it, but doesn't quite use it in time. Dies with that one in the back pocket. Adams recapping here, 99%. Overtime spawn started now. Marmello is back from spawn. And Fuzzy's coming back on the ball as well, so it's going to be both tanks. Nightfire throwing out the Blizz, just denying so much space, nowhere for Marmello to go. And Aniki, he's just putting the law down here with the help of the Peacemaker. Beat from Quiet Leaf just a little bit too late. And the rest of the kills going to come through for the Adamant Adams, who are going to win away Antarctic Peninsula 2-0.
Yeah, very strong points on both teams. We do have to take the bans into account, though.
Yeah, and honestly, the bans there, it doesn't even, that wasn't even the Doomfist ban. It was the Mizuki ban. So in theory, this only gets harder for Marmello going forward because Adam can play Mizuki every other map.
Yeah.
Look at some of the stats. Oh, instantly back to lobby. I guess we will not see the stats there. my bad. Sorry, Chad. You have to go and pause it on the stream if you want to go take a look at those stats.
I do think the Frost Malga is a very strong thing to have in the back. So definitely, I do like the Frost Malga being available.
Yeah, we'll see if the Armadillos, swap it over Frost, able to play that Malga every other map. We'll see him coming in eventually in the series. But for now, we're gonna go to a short little break. Map 2 coming up after this. Don't go anywhere.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it.
Welcome back, everyone, to Aurora Esports Overwatch Clash Season 11, week number 5. The Adams up 1-0 after a fairly dominant map number 1 on Antarctic Peninsula. We move over to Kingsar now, as selected by the Armadillos. Adams banning out the Lucio, really targeting Quiet Leaf. Armadillos going to ban the Mei in response, targeting Nightfire.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of targeting the SR sync, but sure. I know Nightfire has been playing a lot of Lucio, so this definitely is targeted, but I do not think this is a good idea.
Yeah, it's, I mean, always kind of interesting here just to see the ideas. The comps are going to be coming in here. Nightfire is actually going to be staying on DPS, I believe. So no swaps for the Adams. There are going to be some swaps for the Armadillos, though, as Marmello is going to move over to the DPS. We bring in Frost on tank. Nolly going to move over to support as well. So, you know, this is kind of what we expect from the Armadillos on these, like, you know, brawlier maps. Marmello really likes to play the what's it called, the Reaper. Been really strong on that. Frost, of course, the Mauga banned away map number 1, target banned, and so now can play it here or can play the Zarya, which they've actually done quite a bit as well. The Zarya Reaper looks been very strong for the Armadillos as well.
Yeah, definitely. Nightfire on the Torbjorn. Okay.
Do we see it? I see it on my screen.
Is
Please let it be real.
Is this? Please be real.
Is it real?
I'm
I
not
love
gonna
seeing
jinx
it.
it. But please be real.
This would be a crazy comp. I don't think Nala is gonna play Mercy, right? That's not real. That I know is not real. I might just beat a pocket laser here for a shot.
Yeah.
And then swap back. Adam is gonna start on this Mizuki, so this was banned away. Map number 1. You know, a little bit stronger into like the Mauga. The Zarya might be more difficult, cannot chain the bubble, and it is gonna be the Zar Reaper here for the Armadillos. Yeah, Adam not gonna have a very fun time chaining those bubbles.
Definitely not.
Start for the Armadillos. Laser. First shot on Widow. Didn't really find much. TP in from Marmello to the high ground. This Reaper just trying to force space, really, you know, force the Atoms back, and they are going to do just that. Take this rotate now, so Frost able to get into the side room and really deny a lot of the space out here from the Atoms. TP into the back from Marmello. Double in as well, but it's a slide away, and it's a nice chain from the captain. Just shuts down the Reaper there. Aniki with a little 2K as he found an earlier shot on Tenali. And this could be a little bit of a trouble here. If no one else from the Armadillos really find their space, then, you know, if they can burst down that bubble, the chain will be good onto Marmello. They could be struggling here to get through this choke.
Definitely. He's used to get to high ground again. He was in the theater looking to be marked out by this Zarya.
He's just ignoring her though. Like Fuzzies just get to do whatever he wants here. And Aniki once again a second pick onto Nolly again. Frost does trade out onto the Mizuki. And so 1-for-1 of supports and Nightfire goes down on support. But the overclock already, Aniki's built it up. It's a 2K. Looking for more. Headshot onto Quiet Leaf. Not able to get the follow-up. And Laser does get the better of the Sojourn duel. So now man advantage here for the Armadillos. Adam's just trying to run for their lives, not stagger anymore. Look for a recontest. They are going to be able to get a clean one. But walking into this fully charged Zarya from Frost, Laser heavy all the angles. It's going to be very difficult with no ult in hand.
Even if D-Mech will pass on the point, most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam, the captain looking for a touch. Unable to get it. The Mizuki falls first.
Swap over to the Zarya. I think this makes a lot of sense. D.Va really struggled. The later those fights went on, Frost just had the energy, and Fuzzy just was not able to live there on to the D.Va. So they swap over, mirror the Zarya. Nightfire going to stay on the Torb. Interesting pick into this comp. It is very survivable. So, you know, you pop that E. Should be able to just keep you alive. The turret's not doing too much, but every bit helps.
Yeah, definitely.
TP in. Wraith forced out from Marmello. Kitsune rush now for the Atoms. Walking forward. Marmello's still behind. Nightfire knows. The whole team, they know that Marmello's there, but they can't really do much about it. They do force the Wraith. But the Reaper's going to live for now. And now grab here from Frost. It's a nice sanctuary from Adam, but the Death Blossom from behind. Marmello gets it done. 3K for the Reaper. The stagger's good as well. And he did get one onto Nolly, but it doesn't matter too much.
Armadillos have both their support ults and their overclock to sustain this fight. If it gets bad. But Fuzzy's still very far from this Graviton Surge.
Overclock out from Aniki. Kitsune rush in response. Adam down early though. Laser found the first pick. One railgun is good, but they're going to need a lot more than that as the rest of the team falls over here. Cap comes through. It's 3 minutes and 50 seconds here on the time bank for the Armadillos. It's a really good time bank going into third point. But anything can happen here. Adams, though, they changed the comp, and like their ult situation is just not looking great for them.
Yeah, the Armadillos have been allowed to pop maybe 1 or 2 ults to fight and just win it, while the Adams are forced to pop 3 to 4 ults.
Yeah. Fuzzy now walking up Laser in a little bit of trouble, though. He's going to get the nice pocket there from Nolly and Quiet Leaf just to stay alive. Now, ults in hand. Armadillos need to push forward here. Adams coming up on their own, so their opportunity is now. A little pass, though. Not 2 ults in hand for the Adams. And Marmello down first is even better for the defending team here. Fuzzy might not even need to use this grab. Just hold on to it. Here comes the overclock from Laser, but the grab in response, trying to kill Nolly, but the pocket is so good, and Laser has killed everyone. It's a 4K for the Sojourn. And now the payload on the verge of being capped here. They do have the continuing rush for the recontest, but Nightfire so in early. They get taken down. It's even harder now for the Adamant Adams. Fuzzy trying to take down Laser. They do get one.
The captain falls.
They need to stall this as long as possible. They do have the advantage of the spawns. And so the longer the Adams can stall out, the better. But Marmello doesn't want the stall to last any longer. Death Blossom on point. And the grab just to make sure that Fuzzy can't roll around any longer. Eventually here, the Armadillos are going to cap. It's going to be a 2-minute time make for them. Quite good here on King's Row.
Has got to be a painful push. You hit the grab on final point, you're like, I got this. This is so winnable. And then everything just collapses.
Yeah, I think it was just a little too late. They hesitated just a little bit too long there. Grab was good, but you know, they really needed to catch the one target, which was Laser. They didn't get it. Laser killed 4. Just how it goes. Frost 21-0 on the attack there. Really good stats coming up from the Zarya there.
I mean, on top of that, like, it's like my thing. The mental game is just hard. You whiff that grab, you press tab, you see 0 ults available. Any human being is just upset about that one. That's gotta hurt. And we can all say we're mentally immune, but honestly, none of us are. Unfortunately.
True.
Fuzzy now in the Ramatra.
Yeah, a few comp swaps here.
I think I just watched Aniki swap their Sojourn Crosshair live.
I don't see anything. Is it just the cast crosshair? They have crosshairs on.
It's the Cast Crosshair, yeah. I think he changed his real quick.
I'm looking through everyone. I don't think anyone... Maybe my thing's just bugged. They turned off the setting, and I didn't know. I can't see anyone's crosshair anymore. Not sure. Attack here for the Adams. Good start,
Marmello
though.
goes first.
Yeah, Marmello just trying to go a little too aggressive there. Gets punished well by the Adams. Laser, though, is always good for his one. Sliding in, trying to take this fight with Aniki. And they do win that out. And so a nice aggressive play does save him here. Nightfire gonna get staggered a little bit. Nightfire's on Junkrat.
Oh. I was actually talking to Nightfire about Junkrat like 10 minutes before the game, and he was like, Junkrat's pretty good. I'm like, okay. Go for it.
I want to see it. Give me some Nightfire Junkrat POV. I want to see this. Junkrat could be just a thing, you know. Not a lot of teams play against the Junkrat. They don't really know what to do, and you know that's what they have to do. And Marmo TP's in, just takes on the Junkrat away. Putting a lot of respect on it.
I do not like the Junkrat into the Zarya as well as the grenades. Just Laser goes down though. This could be a push.
Yeah, but the staggers are just not good. Even though Laser's down, there's still members, and Adam's trying to stay alive here. Frost is going in so deep for this. The slow Fuzzy tried to punish the Zarya, but they're actually the one that gets taken down instead. And so it was a nice pick on Laser, but now Laser's back. So the Adams have to try again here. 2 minutes already taken off the clock. They've made 0 progress. It's another pick in spawn as Adam gets taken down there. So many ults in hand here for the defending team.
Heavy charge on the side of Frost. Fuzzy walk, but it looks like no one else is with Fuzzy.
Marmello TP'd in, was forced out there. Frost is sitting in the corner, trying to stay alive, but can't much longer. Nano boosted Fuzzy's looking for damage, but Laser still has the overclock on the high ground. He's already found one onto the captain. And Fuzzy's gone just a little too deep, as the supports were, the rest of the team, stuck in choke. Couldn't really peek lasers over clock. And so the Ramatra, even though they were down and boosted, eventually goes down there. Still 4 ults in hand for the Armadillos as well. Some late swaps. Adam going to move over to the Aurora now. Maybe just trying to put a little more damage pressure on those bubbles. Marmelo's hiding in the statue, trying to look for a cheeky little Death Blossom play, potentially. Gonna TP up to the high ground, bubble onto him. Anarchy just solo blosses him, but it's a nice boop into the air from Nightfire. And so the Reaper does get taken down, 1-for-1 trade. 45 seconds left for the Adams.
It's on the Soldier just pressuring a hotel and is I can't describe it. His aura is being felt. It is so much damage coming out from the Sojourn.
Grav came out from Frost there, but it only caught onto the Ramatra, and so just the block slop just good enough to keep alive. Tire comes out from Nightfire, but gets broken there. And the Kitsune Rush ending here, but they still have the beam to follow up. But Nali goes down before they had a chance to use the beam. 1-man advantage now for the Adams on point. Bubble comes out here onto Marmelo, just trying to make anything work, but the Adams have set up nicely on point now. I think they're just going to give the cap. And so it is the Adams who are going to win this out here. Just a little too hesitant their Armadillos were to pop their ultimates. I'm not sure what happened to, you know, that beam from Nali. They just decide not to invest it. They go down before cap comes through here.
Heavily understated feature about or thing with things is they don't know when to ult a lot of times, and you have to tell them sometimes, and that's okay. But a lot of teams haven't figured it out yet.
Fuzzy into this backline, trying to look for the kill, and they just take down Nali again, but doesn't use the ult to stay alive. And so they do get traded by Marmelo. Frost is so low, getting chased here by Anarchy. This Zarya just won't die. The bubbles, fan roll, I should say, is good. And Marmelo does get taken down, so Adam's still in a good spot here. Anarchy alive, and Fuzzy are going to be back quite quickly from spawn. They can start making progress on this point.
Adam did use his ult though that fight. Did get blown up immediately. That's one off the ult bank.
Adam's able to set up quite far here, up on this forward angle. Might be good for Anarchy just to hold this high noon. Make it really hard for the Armadillos to walk through. Nali still with the beam in hand. But it's overclock out first here. Lasers found so much value in the past. But it's actually the other DPS ult, Anarchy, finding the value first. Laser does get the trade onto the Cass. But now going forward with the Ramatra. The Annihilation just staying nice and healthy, stabling on point are the Adams. Nice shield as well. Quietly so low, getting punched through. Fuzzy looking for the kill, does get it. Blossom from Marmelo trying to deny space on the point, and Nightfire had nowhere to go. Except back to spawn. Laser back from spawn now as well. Getting a 2K with the rails. 20 seconds left now. Adams, it's going to be desperation for the last fight. They're going to need to swap to some really fast characters, but it's late stagger on Anarchy is absolutely brutal. Fuzzy's going to have to be the one to touch on the ball here. We'll see if he can get to point in time. But a nice grab from Frost just denies it. There will be no touch. And the Arrakis Armadillos going to type the series 1-1.
Yeah, that was a very good game. Very close. I mean, not close, but it looked good. Both teams, at times.
Ooh, what a play by
You
Laser.
still want to see the demon.
That better be
still
on.
want to see that demon.
That better be on best clips of the week. TC. I want to see it.
Hell yeah. I still want to see that demon. If anyone can hear me, please play demon.
Please, I need it. We've seen some demon already in Aurora. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen demon, but it's always exciting to see new hero.
Definitely it will.
Thank you to Bad Petchmari League for giving us a little raid.
Oh,
After you're done with your playoff matches, welcome in everyone to our Esports Overwatch class. But we are going to go to a short little break. Don't go to our map number 3 coming up after this.
these beats are the purest. Prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it.
Welcome back, everyone, to our Esports Overwatch Clash Season 11, Week number 5. The Arrakis Armadillos tie up our series 1-1 after a very dominant King's Row. We're going to move over to Serve Asa now, as picked by the Adams, with the cast ban coming out first from the Armadillos and the Kiriko ban in response here by the Atoms. Mistletoe, how do you feel about these bans?
I don't hate them, to be honest. I think they're pretty good. I mean, cast ban for the Armadillos. Yeah, the Nolly, not the Nolly. The cast on the side of Anarchy was really good, and so is Austin, who was forced to be played this map. And then the Kiriko ban on the side of the Atoms, I'm assuming, is just showing off flexibility. And I've only seen, I'm assuming someone on the Armadillos only plays Kiriko.
Well, they either have Kaneko or Nolly in. I believe most of the time they're on Kiriko. Whichever one is in, they're pretty much always going to be playing Kiri. As we get to take a look at the rosters here on map number 3, you're going to have some interesting swaps. It's actually going to be Anarchy who's coming in to play tank. I know it says Fuzzy on support, but that is incorrect. There's actually Adam on support there. But Anarchy going to come in to play tank here. We've seen this once before, I believe, this season, when they ran a map of tank against the Cats, I believe, the Copenhagen Cats. And so we're going to see it again. It's an interesting look from the Atoms. We don't see it too much. I believe on the draft sheet, Anarchy, you famously put tank only for emergency situations. And I guess now's the emergency, break glass. So we're going to get it here. Austin, of course, coming in to play DPS as well.
Yeah. I mean, a Kiriko ban kind of does just knock out the entire lobby from playing Kiriko, and a lot of people play Kiriko.
Yeah. I imagine we'll see Nolly play either the BAP or the Juno that we saw from last map. You know, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see that. Of course, Armadillos just keeping with their same composition they were running. So, and the Kiri ban doesn't stop the Zar Reaper. That looked really, really good.
Yeah. Annie choosing to match the Zarya as well. But instead of a Reaper, there's a Sojourn, I guess. The bubble.
Yeah, maybe just to get a little more survivability in the front line. And nice shot there by Nightfire. Takes down Marmello. Didn't, I think he assumed the bubble would last a little bit longer, but it just died so quickly because of all the damage coming out there. And so first cap going the way of the Atoms.
First cap comes through inside of the Adamant. Adams kind of just poking. Ooh, but Laser get the better of Austin.
Yeah, poke duel goes the way of the Armadillos there. Sojourn and Diff coming out from Laser, looking for more. Both bubbles forced out from Anarchy. And I think these are just going to get staggered. They're going to give up the point eventually. And they're going to try to stagger Anarchy out a little bit longer, too. They does catch the wave, though, so ultimately the stagger didn't mean too much. But the flip is pretty free there from the Armadillos. I mean, good 2 picks from their DPS. They just get the cap right back. No problem at all.
Yeah. LTP's in.
Not gonna find much that time. Marmello just forced to reset once again. Anarchy using another bubble as well. 80% already to the Grav. Has a little bit of charge. Marmello just forced back, forced into that Wraith. So now the Atoms, with the help of this ring from Atom, we're able to move forward. Marmello in a lot of trouble. Does get the bubble, though, from Frost to stay alive. Grav has been built. We'll see if he chooses to go in, but it's actually the first overclock out from Laser. Not able to find much. Grav on point. Everyone's going to survive through that one as well. And now as the support ults come online here for the Armadillo, should be able to live a bit longer, but Nolly not able to use the rally in time before they go down. Adam used that Sanctuary on point, just keeping his team nice and healthy. It's a 2K from the Zarya. Frost just dies on point. 99% was gained, but they already had so much percent from the first cap that the Adams got. It's already 80+% now. It's going to be very difficult for the Armadillos to touch. Marmello, I think he's just too far away. Not really sure where the Reaper is. No, he's on top here. So he's going to get one touch, but nowhere for him to go. He's used both cooldowns, trying to stay alive, using the Death Blossom, bubble given as well. And so the Reaper does survive, and now Nolly's here on point with the rally. They do trade out DPS. Beam coming out now from Adam, and then his counter beam doesn't get Jax. Laser does hit the rail, though. So the Adams are up one person, and Frost falling so low. As soon as the beam goes out, the healing, Aniki just has so much damage. Grab just a little bit too late. Not going to find much value. Austin just cleaning it up here. So the Adams going to get the first cap after a lot of ults were used by both teams.
Yeah, definitely. One weakness I do see in the side of the Armadillos is Nolly's not pressing Q. It's definitely feeling like a little bit like they just ult a lot faster, which give them credit. A lot of us struggle with that, but it's definitely hard to do.
Yeah, now we're going to see some swaps.
Frost is now on the Mauga.
Yeah. Frost swapping over to the Mauga. Nightfire has the Blizz in hand here. Might just throw it down on the tank as soon as they slam in. But Adams don't even need to use ult. They just get the cap there. Frost kind of went for a drive-by more than a slam on anyone specifically. But the patience pays off here for the Armadillos. Laser getting the pick without, even needing to invest anything. The grab had come out from Aniki. Blizz as well, trying to win this with the combo. They do freeze whoever was in the grab, but there's just no follow-up with half their team dead. And so it ends up being a really expensive fight lost there for the Adams. 2 ults to 0. Armadillos got away with murder with that one.
Yeah, definitely. I am a little bit concerned now with Marmello and this Reaper without the Zarya. This can be dangerous. There's really no way to walk in without the Zarya bubble.
But don't need a Zar if your Sojourn is just winning every single duel. Another first pick from Laser. Followed up here. The Armadillos surging forward. Frost slamming into the back line, looking for these late staggers. Any more could be brutal. Aniki gonna be able to survive though. The rest of the Adam's gonna get out. Aniki does have a lot of charge in hand, and so they're walking forward with at least that. Both support ults coming online as well. But Laser has the overclock. He got 4K on map number 2. Might be good for it here as 80+% now. The Adam's gonna have to walk in to Laser's ultimate here. Counter overclock comes out first from Austin. The other side, though, not able to find any shots. The beam was good from Quiet Leaf to keep everyone stable. And Marmello takes down the Sojourn once again. And so, even with the trade, the Adam's going to keep investing, trying to keep this fight going. Frost so low on point. It was a really nice Maywall there from Nightfire, just to deny any escape from the Mauga. Laser goes home with the overclock in the back pocket. The Adams get the flip, and Aniki is already 80% to another grab. I think he just used it, and he's already up to another grab. Could be huge. Adams still has a Sanctuary for Laser's ultimate in the back pocket as well. So the overclock, no guarantee.
This ends now.
Yeah, well, you'll see though as the overclock is used on the side of the Armadillos.
Yeah, but Marmello's found a way in the back line and pulls a huge Death Blossom. It's a 3K for the sneaky Reaper. Who cares what Laser was doing with the overclock, because the Reaper guy from the side, the flank is all you need, is 2 revolvers, get the work done. Special move, showing its value there.
Big Maywall from Nightfire will point flips the way of the Adams here.
Yeah, I don't think Frost realized that all the Adams had gotten close spawn. And so they assumed that the Adams would have been farther away from the point, but they were all standing there. Frost just, charges in 1v5, gets a wall, dies. And so Adams set up nicely to get first cap here.
Definitely.
Another slam in here from Frost. Trying to get on to the Mei. Blizzard comes out after, and Frost is frozen up. No Kiriko to Suzu. And so the tank going down once again. But it's always Laser with these kills. Marmello as well. The DPS line for the Armadillos is popping off. They're going to get the flip regardless if their tank is alive. Aniki trying to keep this fight going, though. Walking forward, does get the kill onto Laser. 27 HP, but has both supports to survive. Frost is back from spawn. Well, without the Sojourn, there's not going to be a lot of damage to deal with the Zarya. They are going to take the rotate to high ground, grab in hand. Could be brutal here. Just trying to play their range as much as possible, knowing the Sojourn is back in spawn. Nolly in a lot of trouble on point, trying to block. TP in from Marmello, gets collapsed upon here. Frost is there to cover. Slam in from the Mauga, looking for anyone. It's a nice wall. Chain as well. Sanctuary just doing anything to keep the team alive. It's a free. He's onto Marmello, the frozen perk there. Good from Nightfire. But the Armadillos don't want to give this one up. Nolly's still alive.
Nolly got 3.
Does get traded out eventually here, but 17 HP, and eventually Aniki goes down. Laser has been alive the whole time. 2 kills late in the end of it, and 90%. There's no one from the Atoms here to fight. And that's just going to be the point for the Armadillos.
Yeah, big shout to Nolly there. Recognizing the fight is winnable. Pops rally, and I think just kills 2. 2 or 3 kills just off that.
Yeah, I feel like Aniki, he was trying to save the grab, thinking the fight had been won, but instead just cost him that point. Now 2 on the board for the Armadillos. Only 1 more to close it out here. They have ults in hand to do it. Laser overclock, seemingly finding at least 1 every fight. Slam it, comes in here. Adam's gonna take the rotate towards point. Gonna get it here as the Cap Cup starts to come online. Aniki just gonna grab the backline though. Beam comes out in response from Quiet Leaf, but the grab is good enough. Beam not gonna keep anyone alive. Laser does trade his 1, but he might get staggered here if he's not careful.
Like Laser's just trying to live, escape, and then pick up. Oh, Aniki's down the Orisa. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess the idea is just try to spear, you know, maybe spear this Reaper. Spin is really strong into Mauga, just being able to eat up all that damage and displace him. So, could be a big issue, and Nightfire getting a nice Icicle there. Nice, another good wall onto Frost as well. The Mauga nowhere to go on point. Deep Freeze perk eventually going to get him staying still there. And the follow-up from Austin is good, so the Atoms not even really needed to use any ults that second fight. They've already gotten up to 70%. Any late staggers could just be the point. And Nolly and Laser still far forward. If they're not careful, Nolly in a lot of trouble. Austin gets the kill. And now 90%. Armadillos, if they want to try to play for this point, are going to have to do so. Man down. Frost slams in on nothing. And there's just not going to be any touch. The Atoms tied up here on Sarabasa after some really clean neutral fights, and they're still getting more picks.
Yeah, and he takes out White Leaf as well. First flip will go the way of the. Oh wait, never mind. 15 seconds till the point unlocks. Armadillos need to take a move now before.
Yeah, they want to play for it. They want to make sure they're contesting, but Frost charged in. It's good. Another good wall from Nightfire just to deny the Mauga's engage, and Marmello TP's into the backline straight into the rail of Austin. Overclock in hand still as well. Might try to use it, but it's a ginormous ult from Aniki pulling in everyone inside the cage, but the Sanctuary keeping them nice and healthy. Frost so low. Here comes the spin. Can't heal through that one. And Austin gets the value to 2K with the overclock. Now Adam's in full control here. They got the flip too before the fight had even started. And so they already have 50%. Last fight territory for them if they win it. Good news for the Armadillos. They still have a few ults in hand, but the Splizz could end it.
Yeah, definitely. Frost looking for a stomp to start the fight, it looks like. Goes in.
Stomps on the coast angle, but just trying to get frozen up. Beam from Adam. It's just a little too late to save half the team. Anaki's still nice and healthy with the beam. A lot of low health bars. Quiet Leaf going to use the Ray just to make sure they don't lose this fight. Now man advantage plus Ray in hand. Armadillo surging forward. They got the flip already. They're just looking for more here. Aniki needs to be careful not to get staggered. Tries to find Marmello, who's found his way into the backline. Gets a late stagger. And any more staggers would be brutal, but they aren't going to live here. So the Armadillos do what they need to. They get the flip. Used, you know, an ult to do it. But still an uphill battle. A few more fights to win.
Yeah.
Armadillo's hiding, though. Look at where they're hiding. Marmello and Frost just playing so far up. I don't know if the Adams know they're here. They don't. The surprise here. Austin in a lot of trouble. Spear's good, though, from Aniki. And the Adams have made their way onto point. Adam in a lot of trouble. Gonna go down. Both supports out here. The Pole gets the freeze. The Blizzard ends, though. And with no supports alive, it's only looking better and better for the Armadillos now. They still have the Malware, they still have the Reaper, and most importantly, they still have the Juno to keep everyone nice and healthy. Overtime started here. Austin tries to get one touch. They're not going to do it, and the Armadillo is going to win map number 3. Go to match point.
Wow, very close game. Very close. Every point came down to the wire. And hopefully this will continue. Oh, wait, never mind. Big Ray from Atom here.
Adam and Adams. They were so close on that map. It felt like that was there to win. But the Armadillos, they snatch it away at the end. Go to match point now in our series. Looking to close this out in 4. Will they be able to do so, or are the Adams going to take us to a map 5? We'll have to find out after a short little break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the Aurora Esports Overwatch Clash Season 11, Week number 5. The Adamant Adams down here after the Armadillos did a really good job of weathering the storm there on map number 3. It was a close serve also, but in the end, they were going to take us to match point here. Adamant Adams chose to ban first, so it was actually the Armadillos who picked Esperanza. Adams first banning out that Reaper, Armadillos banning this Orisa in response. Gonna swap back to the Marmello tank lineup here. Look at the rosters. Adamant Adams gonna keep it the same, everything across the board. But the Armadillo is gonna move back to what they were running on map number 1, excuse me, with Marmello on tank Nolly on that DPS and Kaneko coming back in to play support.
Definitely. Yeah, so we go to Esperanza. I mean, yeah, lineups are shown. Marmello is in, so the Doomfist will be coming out again.
And crucially, they banned the Orisa there that was super strong from Fuzzy. Oh, I actually lied about the lineups. It's actually Fuzzy's coming back in to play tank, so yeah, ignore my complete and utter lying there. Anarchy gonna move over to DPS for Fuzzy to come back in on tank, so I just completely lied.
All good, all good.
Yeah, actually Fuzzy needed to play because he only had one map. I think he only played map number 1. So was that true? No, he was in map number 2, right? I think so. Yeah, he was also in map number 2. I don't know. Well, it was Austin that needed a second map. That's right.
Fuzzy is on Sigma.
Yeah, interesting pick there. Is something we've seen from Fuzzy in the past. It's not super unusual, but with the Orisa ban, Sig might not be the best pick, honestly, into Doomfist, I feel like. It can be really hard for this character. Just, getting punched out of your shift, out of your hands is really bad. Obviously, lose a lot of your sustainability that way. But rocking, goes the other way, right? Hitting one rock on the Doomfist could just, spell the end for him. And Fuzzy's just putting a lot of pressure on towards the backline to start here, just forcing them completely off that high ground. And Marmello goes down first there. Anarchy back on the cast here after it was banned the previous map. So, really strong here, of course, into Doomfist. It looked absolutely fantastic in map number 1, caused Marmello all sorts of issues, and, common story as the Adam's gonna get rolling here to start.
Yeah, definitely. Like Marmello is looking for a pre-fight pick, but can't get it. In fact, quietly he'll go down.
This could be another weakness of the Doom comp. We saw there, like, Marmello was away from his team, and Fuzzy, if the Doom's not looking at him, Fuzzy could just walk up to your backline and just put a shield in your face, and you can't play the game. If you can't displace the Sigma, it's just almost impossible for Laser to really do anything. And so Fuzzy really finding this value here. Marmello just looking for anyone else, not really trying to put any attention onto the Sigma. And Austin gonna get first pick again there for the Adams. The bot was stolen a little bit by Nolly, but taken right back. Pulse bomb onto Marmello, trying to get that 1v1. Marmello is gonna win out the duel. And so it is just a trade in the end. But punch coming out there. Finally, Marmello putting some pressure onto Fuzzy. Sig getting looked at a little bit, has the Flux in hand. Has to be careful though, one punch from the Doom. Cancels that one out right away, so not really the easiest ult to use. And so they will go with the Continue Rush first. Overclock in response from Laser here. Trying to look for Fuzzy. He's just hiding down below. Going to take over to the high ground. But a nice headshot from Adam just keeps the Sojourn in check. It is a trade, 1-for-1 at DPS. The Flux comes out from Fuzzy. I'm not sure if it caught onto anyone. Marmello so low. Forced into the block after he already used Meteor Strike. Quiet Leaf. No rock onto Kaneko. So many low health bars. But nobody from the Armadillos is dying. Eventually, Kaneko goes down. But with no supports alive here, Fuzzy is as good as gone. Stabilization there from the Armadillos. It was a long fight, but they do win it in the end. They don't give up the cap. And they didn't use a lot of ults either.
I mean, that checkpoint gone, right? It looks like.
Nope, it didn't. I don't think they got checkpoint.
Oh shoot! Oh, that's great then. They're just kind of looking for anybody to jump on, but they're also grouped together that one of the get off me tools from any of the cast of the Adam will just shut down the Doom.
Yeah, and once again, Fuzzy, you know, if Marmelo's not there to keep this guy in check, he's just going to walk into the back line and get in the pick. Laser does do a good job of trading one, but maybe that's all they'll get. However, a second rail is good. This Sojourn has taken such a deep angle in the back line. More trades coming through. Adam is super, super low. Eventually goes down. I think it's only the tank alive on point. Punch goes wide. He still has some tools available, but the 2v1 not going to be very winnable, especially with Lucio coming back from spawn. So the Armadillo is going to keep it rolling here, threatening this checkpoint. And with Fuzzy on a slow character, they're not really going to be able to touch. He is just going to swap over to the Hazard. Austin may be able to touch from the backside here if they don't want to give up the lead or the checkpoint. Seems like they will do just that. And so now 5v5 on point. Still a few ults for the Adams to work with, but this high ground is so powerful for Laser, who's built up to the overclock once again. Just shooting rails into the Hazard. Fuzzy can only block for so long, and eventually Marmelo's going to make it through. It's another nice headshot as well onto the Brig. Pulse Bomb is good from Austin, but that's the only trade that they're going to get as the cap comes through here for the Armadillos. Looking good so far. They get the lead. They get the cap. And they won the fight, so they're going to get the push to keep going.
Of all characters to trade as well, I would think Tracer might be the best character to trade out in that. Like, if you're the...
Yeah, they're already back as 5. Yeah, Armadillos have ever won. Well, Marmelo has to be careful, though.
Yeah.
Actually, Nolly in a lot of trouble as well. But Marmelo's just there for the peels. A nice punch. Austin didn't see that one coming. And so they thought they were going to get the pick on the Tracer, but it was actually their Tracer that got taken down instead. Now with the ult advantage and the man advantage here, Armadillos looking for more. Punch in from Marmelo, not finding anything that time. Just forced into the block. Didn't get the power punch. Actually, did get the power punch, excuse me. But it doesn't save him. The beat from Quiet Leaf just not quite there in time. The Doomfist goes down. Kutsuni rush from Adam. Just did just enough there. The rest of the Armadillos sent packing. Trying to get out with their lives. Any trades would be brutal this late. They wouldn't get the forward spawn. But they do a good enough job for now staying alive. Laser is still in a little bit of trouble, but is going to back up. Forward spawn disabled now. Adams taking on their own high ground. And Austin does get the better of Nolly in the Tracer duel as well. So it's a good start for them on their push. They make their way over to this corner. Punch back from Marmelo, trying to put pressure on Fuzzy now. It did rock him in the room and get caught. But they do get the point here past the cap. And so forward spawn's enabled now. And Laser just goes down early. Nice engage. Fuzzy trying to look for more. Kaneko nowhere to go. But good follow-up from Austin. Nolly in a lot of trouble as well. Forward spawn already gained, and with this fight win, the Adams are just retake the lead just like that. 2 fights in a row where they just get it done in the neutral, don't even need any ultimates. They've regained the lead, still have ult in the bank to work with. Oh! Marmelo punches Fuzzy out of the Hazard ult. The downpour gets canceled. Now the Doomfist going in, Meteor Strike right on top of the head of Aniki. Nowhere for him to go. Except back to spawn. What a nice play there from Marmelo, punching out the downpour, canceling that one away. But the Adams, they still have the lead. Armadillo's still got work to do. What a pick. Onto Marmelo. They do get the forward spawn, though. Nali does sneak it away, and so that's crucial, as both the respawns here, Marmelo and Laser, are going to be at the forward spawn instead of the further back. But Kaneko, little trouble there. Quiet Leaf does give them the TP option. They do get away. But that little cart push means that those 2 picks didn't really cost them much positioning, and so they're right back now for another fight. But Fuzzy's still here. Looking to put some pressure. Marmelo slamming in. Doesn't have the Meteor Strike. And so Anaki's chasing down this the Doomfist, knowing doesn't have the ult to escape. Does get back to point, but the rally now means that the Atoms just to walk forward. They trade out the supports, but Marmelo, no ult in hand, goes down. And the follow-up is good. Some late staggers to boot for the Atoms. They still have the lead, and now they're going to keep it and expand it. 1 minute 20 left. Armadillos, what do they have left in the tank here? Map number 4.
Definitely very close. The end here. Armelo blocks, does not get empowered though.
Yeah, and Fuzzy's just found another pick. This guy is good for it. Every fight, it seems. And Nolly goes down as well. These staggers are absolutely brutal. The first picks, I should say. Marmelo is able to punch out, but any more trades could just mean that the full cap is on the table here. Adams, 38 seconds left. One more fight. We'll see if they invest any ultimates. They might choose to save it, but no, they're going to go. Kutsune Rush. Nolly gets caught in the downpour. Marmelo down as well. 5% away from the Doomfist ultimate, but he just can't get it in time. Overclock, a desperation from Laser, but is the only one alive. The Armadillo is going to go down here as the Adams bring us to a map number 5 after an emphatic full cap there on Esperanza.
Yeah, map so long. a game so long. I will say I felt so tense to just forget there's another map going ahead.
This ends now.
Laser, always good for it, but the Adams, once again, finding success against the Marmelo Doomfist. They seem to just have his number in the 2 games that we've seen, and it's led them to a map number 5 here. Who's going to take it? Who's going to win the series? Who's going to top the group, potentially? All to find out after a break. Don't go anywhere. Map number 5 after this. Clear.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
Welcome back, everyone, to our Esports Overwatch Clash Season 11, Week number 5 is map number 5 between the Adamant Atoms and the Arrakis Armadillos. We're going to go over to Shambali Monastery as picked by the Armadillos here. It was really the best option for them, as they, I imagine, want to keep playing the Frost but tank brawl that has been looking so good for them. The Adam's going to ban out the Zarya, and it's actually the Junkrat ban in response from the Armadillos. Not exactly sure about this one. We were very confused when we saw it in chat, Mistletoe. We did see Nightfire play it, but we both agreed that that wasn't the best look, and there's nothing really stopping him from just playing the Mei, right?
Yeah, it didn't ban Mei either. What?
Well, they banned
weird.
Mei on a previous map, so they couldn't.
Oh,
They couldn't ban
okay.
Mei here.
I guess they were just like going through what they've played and decided on Junkrat in the past, but even then, it's just like weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite interesting what the idea is here from the Armadillos with this ban, but you know, maybe they just think that the brawl looks so strong for them that they didn't really care about what they, you know, what they're running, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. Gonna take a look at the
we'll see
rosters here for
division.
map number 5. It's exactly as you expect. The same from map number 4 from the Atoms, and the Armadillos gonna go back to the Frost tank lineup that looked, you know, that won them the 2 maps.
It all comes down to this, everybody. Map 5.
As we are going to get into the game here, map 5 between the Adamant Atoms and the Arrakis Armadillos here. For all the marbles in this one, we're going to Shambali Monastery.
Fire is on the support. I think that
Yep.
we've seen a lot of.
You saw it last map. Just incredibly surprising, this Junkrat ban. I feel like there was something better to ban, surely, right? Like, they could have banned Juno, they could have banned Brig, they could have banned the Tracer that Austin was playing that looked fantastic. There was a lot of options, and they go with the Junkrat.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one. I agree with the Junkrat ban, but we will. It looks like we got Mirror Comps Act. Oh wait, never mind.
Whoa, some interesting swaps here. Yeah, and actually, this is a really interesting comp from the Atoms. They're just gonna play the Malga Reaper too. They're not afraid. You know, they said, yeah, Frost Malga, Marmella Reaper was doing really, really well in the series, and they're not afraid. They're just gonna take the mirror. Really interesting. We're pretty much on a full comp mirror. The only difference, Nightfire playing the Juno, Quiet Leaf on the Lucio. It's the only difference between these two. Adams starting on defense, holding the high ground. Austin kind of playing this angle here, has to be careful. Is going to Wraith away for now. Just giving some space here. The one weakness of this Malga Reaper, they don't really have a lot of space to play with. TP in from Marmello. Just forces some cooldowns there. Wraiths back to his team. Just going to stable as the Armadillos have kind of taken this high ground away from the Atoms now. Atoms forced all the way back into the room, and it's a nice slam in from Frost, putting all sorts of pressure. Nightfire, nowhere to go. Austin followed up on as well, and it's a complete wipe here. The Armadillos getting some late staggers as well. Adam probably going to go down, trying to 1v1 Laser, but the Sojourn just a bit too strong in that one. Good start now for the Armadillos. Getting this payload almost to the cap already.
One of the benefits of mirror comping this actually is that if your Malga Reaper can't take space very well, neither can their Malga Reaper. So you have to just use that to your advantage, I guess.
Yeah, slam in from Frost, didn't find anything. It's a counter slam from Fuzzy, good. Forces the Suzu out from Nolly there. And there's no Suzu on the other side for Fuzzy, but Nightfire goes down. It's another rail. First pick from Laser does get answered back, but Laser has found a second. Overclock now from Anarchy, trying to win the Sojourn duel. Laser hiding in the underneath area. He gets a TP from Nolly to stay alive. And Frost is hunting down the Overclock as well. And so the first point cap coming through now. Laser didn't even need to invest the ult, so it's 1-for-0. And Austin's going to swap off the Reaper over to the Bastion here.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Atom or Nightfire go to the cat, seeing as their team to be just trying stuff. But also, I don't think they play cat or Bastion, or neither of them play cat. So it's
No,
tough.
I don't think this team has a cat player. Not that I know of.
Yeah. Austin poking out on this Bastion, looking for a pre-fight pick, but
Ooh, and they get it.
they'll actually get that pre-fight pick onto Malga.
Yeah, Frost just didn't really respect the damage there from the forward Bastion, gets punished for it. And a big mistake there allows the Atoms to set up on this defense. It's a 2K, a little sneaky 2K from the Bastion. And Marmello is caught below. Fuzzy needs to be careful not to get traded here, but is going to get out. And so that was important for the Atoms because now it gives them time to build up to their ultimates. They're still a little bit behind the Armadillos, who have 5, but they're coming up. And the longer the Armadillos take, you know, Atoms might be able to get to their 5 ults as well.
High ground is taken by Laser with the overclock.
It's actually Cage out first from Fuzzy, though, but he just goes down. All 5 members of the Armadillos just shot him through the cage. Didn't get the care. Kitsune Rush from Adam, not caring that their tank is dead. Beat in response from Quiet Leaf just to keep everyone healthy, walking forward, pushing past that Kitsune Rush. It ends now. Cage coming out from Frost, does catch onto a few, and Austin walks into it with the beam. Frost so low, does get traded, and the beam does find its value, as now the slam back. Fuzzy's back from spawn, 2K for him. The cleanup is there, but the cap! The Armadillo's got the cap!
Yeah. A beautiful cage from Frost to just cage them all off point.
Absolutely brutal there from the Atoms. They won the fight, the really hard fight against 5 ultimates. And now Marmello keeping it going with the help of Laser as well. The overclock plus the Death Blossom combo, just a little too much for the Atoms to live through with no defensive ultimates of their own. And so the payload that should have been stopped on second is now halfway through third point, as it's going to be one last touch from the Atoms. Anarchy does have the overclock. The saving grace for them needs to come up huge. It needs to be big if they're to any chance to hold here. Throwing it out. Frost already slid backwards. Shot not quite there onto Laser. Trying to chase down this Malga. E is there. Cardiac overdrive. Slam comes through. Marmello does get taken down with the last shot of the overclock there. And Frost eventually goes down as well. It was good enough from Anarchy. The 1 kill plus the damage on the Malga does just enough for them to hold for now. But still 2 minutes 40 on the time bank for the Armadillos.
Yeah, Austin takes some poke before the fight even begins. getting for some ult charge, I guess. Marmelo is holding very close. Also recognizing this, kind of marking that with the right click.
Frost super low though. Didn't quite realize that Fuzzy had the cardiac overdrive. It was the other Malga was so low, but the E just healed him up completely. And so Frost overextends there, gets taken down, and more picks come through as well after the Malga had fallen. It's a free fight win for the Adams there. Good job capitalizing on the mistake of the opposing tank. And now a minute 40. It was over 3 minutes for the Armadillos, but that's been cut in half already. And now the Adams, they might even have a better ult bank as well.
Yeah. There was a rush available. Rush and beat the side of the Armadillos. They need to make a play here. It's gotten to a point where I believe it's not. Even if they double ult, they still have one more fight after.
Yeah, and the Cage comes out first here from the Adams. Cage bombs Nolly, stuck in that one. It's just good from Austin and Fuzzy. The combo works perfectly. A minute left. Laser, we were looking at it on stream. He was setting up behind for a flank overclock. That was going to be the play, but they just take too long to set it up. And so the Cage comes out first from Fuzzy. They don't get the chance to use the overclock. Now only a minute left. They still have the ult advantage, 4 in hand. But they need to make it work here. They need to get it done, or they're going to get held here. Kitsune Rush first here from the Adams, walking forward, trying to find their kills. Austin, overclock as well. The Cage, it's scared from Frost. He finds no one inside of it. It's defensive more than anything else. And now the Adams still going, not letting their foot off the gas. And the Ray, it's good enough. The beat never got used. The Kitsune Rush, it's too late. 20 seconds left on the clock, and Quiet Leap's gonna get staggered. Aniki finds the shots, 14 seconds. The Armadillo's stuck in spawn. Can they get out of it? I'm not sure. There's no fast swaps, and so nobody's gonna be able to get to this point, and the Adams are gonna hold them here on third point.
Definitely a strong hold, Wave the Adams. However, they do have to make it pretty much all the way to third point.
It's not over, but it's looking good.
Yeah, looking very, very good. The Armadillos here. However, we have seen crazier. Looking at scoreboard real quick. It looks like a much... I don't know, it looks very Adams oriented, but they did manage to push it all the way to third point.
Yeah, but once they got to third, I mean, outside of the cap happening during the Cage, really, second point onward, the Adams were completely in control of this series. Just the pace from them was perfect. Just always going first, even though the Armadillos had a lot of ults in hand. I mean, one fight they had 5 ults, and they just sat around. Adams not caring what the ult bank was, they just ticked the pace faster. That last fight was the epitome of that, where both Nolly and Quiet Leaf held on to their support ults until after one of their teammates was dead. That was last fight. That was the time to use it, and they just didn't go fast enough. Adams clutch it up there. Now they start their attack to finish off the series here. It's going to be no swaps for them, but
now...
Laser is swapped to the Sierra, yeah.
Oh. I mean, smart from Laser under the cart onto the Mauga, just get some damage out.
This isn't the first time we've seen Laser on Sierra. I believe he played it in his game last week versus the Ogre Pawn. And it did look pretty good in that game, I will say. So, you know, if there's any pick that could surprise you, it might be this one. Fuzzy has taken the cart, though. Does come back to try to keep his team alive. So many low health bars, but they survived. It's actually Marmelo that goes down first. I thought for sure Austin or Fuzzy would have died there. But they turn the Uno reverse on top of the Armadillos. The Suzu is perfect from Adam to keep the Mauga alive. And now the Armadillos sent running here. They're still down a member. Slam in from Fuzzy. Not trying to give it up. Laser goes down. Marmelo's back from spawn. It does catch Fuzzy off guard. He wasn't expecting the Reaper to be there. And so it is such a trade. But Aniki's already built up the overclock so quickly. Quiet Leaf stuck on the cart. Nowhere to go. They don't need the tank to make the overclock get value. Marmelo can't hide really there. He sees you. And now it's just Nolly and Frost left here. What can they do? Fuzzy coming back as well, so Adams have all 5. Only 3 here for the Armadillos. The slower the Adams play, the respawns are there. Slam in from Frost, trying to catch on to Aniki, but it's not good enough. Bombs out here from Inked. Not going to find anything. Does force the beat out from Quiet Leaf, though. And the slam is good onto Marmelo's head. But the beat just a little bit too strong there from Quiet Leaf. Keeps everyone on the team nice and healthy. And so the Adams are going to go down here. 2 minutes off the clock. And the Armadillos still have some ults to work with.
Yeah, Armadillos have 4 ults, and I guess the Adams still have 3, which is not a bad differential. But I'm more worried about the possibilities with the Cage, Blossom, Cage, Sierra.
But Aniki finds the
Quiet
pick. The DPS this series have just been electric every time. It seems like their team needs to play. One of the Sojourns gets it done. And Aniki good enough for it here. Frost slams in on point. But Marmo goes huge! The 4K Death Blossom! It finds everyone except Fuzzy. The tank, the last alive, does have the 1v2. Cage coming out on point. Sierra ult in response. The cage eventually gets broken to that one. The slam goes wide. Fuzzy trying to win it, but Laser's gonna clutch it up. Marmelo with the 4K Death Blossom. Might have just sealed the fate for the Adams.
Yeah, we have this. All they have is the Nightfire Orbital Ray, and other than that, no ults to match. And he might be able to build a overclock soon enough, but it's now a question mark.
30 seconds left, last chance. And Fuzzy gets the pick. Marmelo once again in the back. Doesn't have the ult this time. And so, now that he's marked, Cage out from here. Beam in response. Cage gets broken pretty quickly. And now Adams moving forward with the Cage. Do just enough. They are going to win the fight here. There's not going to be any heroics from Marmelo this time. Eventually the cap comes through. It was scary. But the beam from Nightfire gets them through. And they start second point now.
It's a really big hit to the time bank. And that Nightfire beam was required, which will cost them a lot. Only two ults available on the side of the Adamant Adams with the Bastion and Sojourn ults. However, the Armadillos only have both their supports.
Armadillos need to use their support ult a little bit earlier in the fight if they want to have success here, but they're not going to use it. They don't even care about the overclock from Aniki. They do get the kill onto Fuzzy too, even through that. But Laser goes down. It was a nice Bastion bomb there. Austin, it kind of forced Laser out from the cover. He tried to use the drone to fly away, but he gets picked. And so because he died so much later than everyone else, the Adams now, with the man advantage here, bombs out from Austin onto the back. Does catch onto Nolly's head. And more picks come through as well.
Marmelo. Frost down, we're going to third point.
Brutal there for the Armadillos. The Austin artillery barrage there gets to pick, and that's all they needed. The one pick is all they needed. We start third point. Nolly and Quiet Leaf still have the support ult in hand. They need to use it, or this series is going to be over. 2 minutes on the clock for the Adams. Cage, kit in hand.
It appears that Frost is waiting for the Cage should be fully available, but that does there will not be enough time.
And Frost is taking a lot of damage as well. Forced out early. Bastion form out here from Austin. Frost in a lot of trouble. The grenades perk. And Marmello goes down first. First pick here. Cage in response. Finally, both support ults come out, but it might have been too late as Frost is so low on the point. The Maga goes down. And the rest of the Armadillos falling here as the Adamant Atoms win the series in map number 5.
Wow, very close game. Down to the final point, literally. And honestly, if multiple teams involved, there's something to be proud of. It was a very good game.
Good game indeed. But there can only be one winner. Marmello. This time his heroics were in vain as the Adamant Atoms take away the series 3-2. Really close series there.
Now we have to choose the winningest winner.
Who does get MVP? A lot of good options here. I feel like everyone on the Atoms really played well. I think I got 3 names. I don't know how many you got, but I can think of 3 that I really like.
I got 2.
All right, let me hear your 2.
I got 3. I got Anarchy, obviously.
Mhm.
I got Austin and Nightfire because I feel like for low SR here, he's doing really well.
My 3 were gonna be Nightfire, Austin, and Fuzzy.
Let's do Nightfire.
We can do Nightfire. I think they played really well. A lot of their ults were just, absolutely crucial there. And, just good enough to get them the win here.
I'm gonna get them in this V.
Yes. Maybe it doesn't have to be this V, but
no, they have access here.
Oh, they do? Okay, then perfect. We can get Nightfire in here for a winner's interview.
I whispered join Prod VC. If he joins the one in my private, I'm gonna go yell at him to join Prod VC.
Hopefully we can get Nightfire in here.
He said, we should be good.
All right. Yeah, but while we're waiting on that, Adams really well. And here he is, Nightfire. Congratulations on the victory and the match MVP.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
That was pretty damn good. That was a good set of games.
Yeah.
My team
maybe
is
2 questions here.
Go for it. What do you
got? You go first.
Oh, okay. Talk to me a little bit on what you were thinking when they pulled out the Junkrat ban on map number 5, targeting you for your incredible Junkrat that we saw on King's Row.
I think it was just like they didn't really have anything else to ban, so they're like, fuck it. We're just gonna ban the Junkrat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was surprising because your Juno was absolutely fantastic, and I think a big mistake for them not to ban that instead.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't see me playing Juno in the past games, or the past matches we've done. But
all right, what do you got, Mistletoe?
We have a really good game, really good team going.
Absolutely.
I have a question.
What's your question?
How are our comms when you have Adam and Adam?
Well, we don't really speak with our names.
Okay, good.
How do you refer to the people as, though? Like if you ever have to say their names. Is it just Adam and you just have to figure it out? Like,
I mean, for me personally, I enunciate. But
so you really say the atom in
I try to.
That's good. Whatever works for the team, right?
It works.
Do you want to go into the thing, Nave?
I mean, you can ask yours first, and then I'll ask.
I'll do mine first. Yeah. All right. Yeah. My special question: if you could give MP to someone on the enemy team, who would it be?
I forget what their name was, but the person who was playing Soj.
Laser.
Yeah,
Yes.
Laser was a big issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you dealt with him well, though.
Yeah, I mean,
no,
team clutched up there at the end, so.
Absolutely, but yeah, no, Blazer was crazy good.
For sure. And of course, to end us off here, El Clasico. If you weren't MVP and had to give it to someone else on your team, who would it be and why?
Ooh. I would have to say, I don't know, everyone's just really good vibes all around and do really well.
Now, don't go off
So,
vibes. Go off of who played well today.
Gameplay.
well, I mean,
Like, you could say Adam has good vibes, but then Adam was on the bench for the last two maps, so maybe not him.
that's very true. Well, I'd like to say that Austin did a really good job.
Austin. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought they played well. I think if you weren't MVP, I think that's who I would have picked, honestly. They played well, so yeah. Well done to you guys. You really all played well. Showed some tenacity. You struggled into the Frost tank comp those first two times, but you figured it out map number 5, and that's all that mattered. You got the win. Once again, congratulations for MVP, and good luck to you going forward.
Thank you.
All right. I think that will be the cast for the day for both of us. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you, BPL, for the raid, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been a good end of the week. We got one more game for you tomorrow between the Seattle Speedsters and the Chi-Town Chillers. Not sure if that game will be streamed, but be on the lookout for stream announcements for that one. But for now, I've been Nave for Mistletoe. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good night.